Leaving home is never easy. I've spent a long time over this past year reflecting on what it is that I'm searching for. I thought that by spending half of the year traveling to new countries, climbing mountains, and distancing myself from my old life, somehow the universe would provide me with some clarity. But it feels as though things have become even more complicated. There's a lot of unfinished business back in New Zealand, though, and I'm excited for another adventure. We are only 5 days away from leaving, but it feels like we just got home. Let's see what the new year brings.
Record me?
Well, that was the whole point. I thought that's why you were looking in the camera.
I was just looking in the camera.
Oh.
Today is... what day is it? 13th?
It's the 14th.
14th?
Yeah, it's the 14th.
Oh, today is December 14th. It is a Sunday. It's very cold outside. And now we're going through everything we own that's in this bedroom. And we're figuring out what we're actually taking to New Zealand in 2 weeks. This is Keegan's closet. That's my closet. It's a very open concept closet situation. Most of this is staying because we have too much stuff. If you pan over to the bed here, these two little piles are what I'm bringing so far. Those massive piles over there with all of the stuff, that's Keegan's piles. We'll see if he actually uses all of it. We'll see if I use all of my stuff too.
How do you genuinely feel 2 weeks out?
It doesn't feel like it's happening yet. I don't feel like we're leaving in 2 weeks. I feel like I'm in a weird in-between state of like, boy, am I okay to not be working. Maybe cut that part out in post. But I'm also like, I feel like we're like rushing to leave. So we don't really have as much time as we did last time to like sit down with our family and our friends and like make sure we're saying our goodbyes and all that stuff. I feel like it's just kind of a pick up and let's go. So I don't really know if it feels like we're ready yet, but time just happens anyway. So we'll get there. It'll be good.
Early in 2025, Allison and I both quit our jobs, moved out of our apartment, and moved to New Zealand to travel around for a little while. We figured that traveling to a country more than 14,000 kilometers away from home was a one-time only possibility, and so we went in headfirst. After living out of a car, constantly exploring the breathtaking landscapes, and even going on tour with a young band, we cut our trip short in June to explore Japan before finally heading home. We didn't know it at the time, but we would soon be booking our flights to head back out on another adventure. I am always thinking about what I can do to challenge myself. And a big motivation for me wanting to go back to New Zealand is cycling. The Tour at Taroa is a 3,000 kilometer bikepacking route stretching from Cape Ringa in the North Island to Bluff in the south. I have never bikepacked before, and the longest ride I've done is 50 kilometers. I think that sometimes I have this naive stubbornness that convinces me that I can do anything I set my mind to, which I can imagine would be really hard to deal with. I've convinced myself that I'm going to be able to do this ride without any issues, and I've invested a lot of money into buying the gear that I'll need to complete it. I'm planning to document the entire thing and make a short film about my experience. And I've really set my mind to doing this. There's a lot of worry from my end that I'm not going to be able to complete it. Being back home in the summer had some incredible moments. Seeing my favorite bands with my dad and brother, taking photos at music festivals, and even watching one of my favorite teams end their year in heartbreak. But in the blink of an eye, summer sun turned to rain. Rain turned to cold. And before I knew it, the year was ending. Hello, it is December 21st already, 2025. We're 4 days till Christmas, which is kind of crazy, and 7 days till we leave again for the second time this year to New Zealand. Definitely feeling a bit more nervous than earlier in the year. A lot more mixed feelings leading up to this go around. I think when we left in February, we were kind of like ready to go. We had been gearing up for it, and like I definitely needed a break. This time around, I think we have more connections and support and people that we know when we're there, which is helpful. But I mean, this time we can really only see up to kind of March, and past that we have no idea what's happening. You know, this year I've spent a lot on biking equipment, and that's kind of my main goal going back and doing the trip, the tour of Taroa from top to bottom of New Zealand. So that's been my priority, but also that's not going to pay the bills. But this time I'm like, oh, did I make the wrong decision for my career? You know, I had a really good foothold in teaching, and I was really enjoying teaching again. And I was knowingly abandoning that again. But this time it feels different. I feel like it gives me so much purpose, and like I get so much from it. And so kind of abandoning it again for the second time with no clear direction feels irresponsible in a lot of ways. So I'm just kind of worried that me being too ambitious is too short-sighted. There's a lot of factors that are up in the air. We have to extend our visas. There's no guarantee that we're going to get the extension, so we have to do that by February 11th. So up until then, we don't know. Like, we might have to leave after February 11th if they don't approve our visa application. I also have a big fear that things aren't going to be as good as they were, and I'm worried that going back is me trying to replicate a feeling that won't be able to be replicated. Maybe it'll all work out. Maybe everything will be fine, but I think I am really scared that I'm making the wrong decision. So, but until that point, we got a whole lot of packing to do, and a lot of stuff to figure out before we leave in 7 days. So, might as well get to it. Cheers. To leaving you again.
Having it in the can is good, but every time out of this glass,
little foam.
it's beautiful.
I like that.
One second.
See the clip of Jake Gyllenhaal where he's like at the end of Watch where he's like showing off his like guns? It's me, it's like
It's beautiful. There's a lot of risk going back to New Zealand, and a fear that things won't be as good as they were the first time. It's incredibly difficult to leave behind our family and our friends for the third time in our lives and find out if we can find the answers that we're looking for abroad. We've given up our careers back home with no real game plan about what is coming next. Fulfilling careers that we enjoy and that give us purpose in our day-to-day lives. It feels, though, that this is our last chance before we have to become real adults and figure our lives out. What is it, Mag?
Move the bag.
Can we move?
Ted, did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
I've got a bowl.
Gonzo, speak to me. I mean, Mr. Dickens, Charlie.
Ted, good job.
We leave today. Please see our arrangement. We may have possibly underestimated
Underestimated.
how much stuff we have. We tried to pare it down, no extra suitcase, and still we're kind of like packed pretty tight. We're hoping we can squish all that down. I think we're okay. Feels like we're okay. Those are the shoes we're wearing. Anyways, so we're hoping that everything will be good, hoping that we're not missing anything. It's a little bit scary, but we should be fine, maybe. I don't know. You think I should have taped this bike box up better?
Away. Away. But like when we get to the airport, I'll update our Google folder and send you the link again.
See how long you guys are there this time.
Who knows?
More uncertainty than last time.
In a weird way.
You gonna keep stuff updated on Facebook or something?
Yeah, remember we have that page? Yeah, so we'll put things on that page, and yeah, it'll all be up there, so you'll get all your updates.
Are you happy? Shit. It is 7:30?
Yeah.
7:30 on the 28th, and we should be flying out in an hour, but we are not. Flight got delayed 3.5 hours, and probably going to get delayed longer because of freezing rain and a whole bunch of fun stuff. So we would miss our connecting flight to Auckland from Vancouver, and then therefore miss our flight from Auckland to Queenstown. So we've opted instead to not fly out at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., what is it? And so we are flying out now tomorrow on the 29th. About the same time, but now we're only getting to New Zealand basically for New Year's instead of a day before. So it does kind of fuck up our plans a little bit. Frustrating, I think, is probably a good word. But it's all good. I guess we just got to roll with it. So we're going to go have a Hilton gourmet meal. What was that? Leg cake was crazy. All right. So, anyways, that's the situation. Very frustrating, especially when we have so much stuff. But rather than go all the way an hour back home and then drive back to the airport tomorrow, we figured just get a hotel room is probably a smarter option. So, thanks for that suggestion, Dad. Appreciate it.
Shout out to our boy.
Shout out to our boy. Anyways, frustrating to say the least, but
Now?
yeah.